Are you prepared for a disaster? The unexpected can strike at any moment, and it's crucial to be ready. Imagine this. An ordinary day suddenly turns extraordinary due to circumstances beyond your control. Natural disasters, power outages, or even a global pandemic. These are unpredictable events that can turn your world upside down in an instant. The question is, are you prepared? Disaster preparedness isn't just about surviving the initial event. It's about ensuring you and your loved ones can sustain until help arrives or conditions improve. It's about having a plan, possessing essential supplies, and knowing how to use them. It's about being resilient in the face of adversity. The sad truth is, many people are caught off guard when disaster strikes. They find themselves without the necessary tools and supplies to weather the storm, sometimes with devastating consequences. In this video, we'll break down the essentials of disaster preparedness, focusing on key supplies everyone should have. First on our list is water. You cannot survive without it. Water is the elixir of life, the essential element that makes up around 60% of our bodies. It keeps our cells functioning, our brains alert, and our bodies moving. In the face of disaster, water becomes even more vital. Without it, we can only survive for about 3 days. Each person requires a minimum of 1 gallon of water per day, and that's just for basic hydration and hygiene. If you're in a hot climate, or if you have to do any strenuous activities, you'll need even more. Children, nursing mothers, and the elderly may also require additional water. So how do you ensure you have enough water in case of a disaster? The answer is simple. Store it, and store a lot of it. When it comes to storing water, there are a few key things to remember. First off, you'll need a clean, food-grade water storage container. Don't use containers that have previously held milk or fruit juice, as they can harbor harmful bacteria. Also, steer clear of containers that once held toxic substances like bleach. Before storing water, it's a good idea to treat it to kill any bacteria or viruses. You can do this by boiling it or using water purification tablets. Once treated, fill your containers to the brim to prevent air from getting in, which can lead to bacterial growth. Store your water in a cool, dark place to keep it fresh and to prevent algae growth. Don't forget to rotate your water supply every 6 months to keep it at its best. If you find yourself in a situation without stored water, don't panic. There are ways to obtain it, like collecting rainwater, melting snow, or even digging a well. However, always remember to purify it before drinking. Remember, water is life. Ensure you have enough stored for each member of your family. Next on our list is food. A well-fed body can withstand adversity better. When it comes to disaster preparedness, one of the crucial items to consider is food. But not just any food. We're talking about non-perishable items that can last for a long time without refrigeration. These can include canned goods like vegetables, fruits, and meats, as well as dry goods like rice, pasta, and legumes. Don't forget about high-energy snacks like granola bars, trail mix, and jerky. They're lightweight, compact, and can provide a quick energy boost when you need it most. Now you may be thinking, I'll just stock up on canned beans and rice and I'll be good to go. But hold on a second. While those are great staples to have, it's also important to maintain a well-balanced diet, even in a disaster situation. This means including a variety of foods from all the food groups. Yes, even fruits and vegetables. Don't worry, there are plenty of options. For instance, dried fruits and vegetables are lightweight, easy to store, and can be rehydrated with water. There are also canned options that can last for years. Consider also including foods that are high in protein, like canned tuna or chicken, as well as foods rich in fiber, like whole grains and legumes. These will help keep you feeling full and satisfied longer. And don't forget about the kids. If you have children, make sure to include some of their favorite foods to help keep their spirits up. But it's not just about having food, it's also about being able to prepare it. So, don't forget to include a manual can opener and a portable stove or grill with fuel in your kit. This way you can still enjoy hot meals even if the power goes out. Remember, the goal isn't just to survive, but to thrive. And that means feeding your body with nutritious food that can keep you strong and healthy. Food fuels your body, so make sure to have enough nutritious, non-perishable food items in your disaster kit. Third on our list is a first aid kit. Injuries can happen during a disaster, and immediate response can save lives. When disaster strikes, having a first aid kit on hand is as crucial as having food and water. It's not just about bandaging cuts or scrapes, but it's about being ready to handle more serious injuries when professional medical help might not be immediately available. Now let's delve into some of the basic items that should be in every first aid kit. First, adhesive bandages. These are perfect for minor cuts and scratches. They come in various sizes and shapes, so be sure to have a good assortment. Next is antiseptic. It's essential to clean wounds before bandaging to prevent infection. Antiseptic wipes or solution can do the job. A pair of tweezers is also handy. It's the go-to tool for removing splinters, ticks, or shards of glass. Sterile gloves are another must-have. They protect both the caregiver and the injured person from infection during treatment. Include a digital thermometer to monitor body temperature in case of fever or hypothermia. A set of scissors is also necessary. They can cut tape, clothing, or bandages as needed. Pain relievers such as acetaminophen or ibuprofen can reduce pain and fever. An emergency blanket is another item that you might not think of immediately, but it's essential for maintaining body heat in case of shock or exposure. Lastly, a first aid manual or instruction booklet can be a real lifesaver. It provides step-by-step instructions on how to treat various injuries and illnesses. Remember, these are just the basics. Depending on your needs and circumstances, you might want to add other items such as prescription medications, an epinephrine auto-injector for severe allergic reactions, or a tourniquet for severe bleeding. A well-stocked first aid kit is a lifeline in times of disaster. Don't overlook it. Last but not least, communication devices. Staying connected can make all the difference. When disaster strikes, it's crucial to have a lifeline to the outside world. Communication devices allow us to receive updates, call for help, and stay in touch with our loved ones. They are our connection to vital information and resources in times of crisis. There are a variety of communication devices that can be valuable in a disaster situation. We'll discuss a few key ones that you should consider including in your preparedness kit. First off, a battery-powered or hand-crank radio is essential. This device can provide you with important news updates, weather forecasts, and instructions from local authorities. Many of these radios also come with built-in flashlights and USB ports, allowing you to charge your smartphone if the power is out. Speaking of smartphones, these devices are also critical in a disaster. They can be used to call emergency services, access the internet, and communicate with others. However, they rely on cellular networks and power. So, it's a good idea to have a portable charger or solar charger to keep your phone powered up. Satellite phones are another option. Unlike cell phones, they don't rely on local cell towers, which can be knocked out in a disaster. They can provide a reliable way to make calls, even in remote areas or when traditional communication networks are down. Two-way radios or walkie-talkies are another useful tool. They can be used over short distances to communicate with family members or neighbors. Finally, a whistle can also be an effective communication device. It can be used to signal for help if you are trapped or in danger. Remember, these are just a few examples. The communication devices you choose to include in your kit will depend on your specific needs and circumstances. In a disaster, communication is key. Ensure you have reliable devices in your preparedness kit. To recap, the 4 essential supplies for disaster preparedness are water, food, first aid kit, and communication devices. Water, the essence of life, is vital to keep us hydrated and maintain our health. Food, particularly non-perishable items, is necessary to keep our energy levels up and our bodies functioning. A well-equipped first aid kit is indispensable for treating injuries and preventing infections. Communication devices, such as a battery-powered radio or a fully charged cell phone, are crucial to stay updated with the latest news and emergency instructions. Each of these supplies plays a pivotal role in our survival during disasters. If you haven't already, it's time to start preparing your disaster kit. Equip it with these 4 essential supplies and you'll be better prepared to face any disaster that comes your way. Disaster readiness is everyone's responsibility. Begin assembling your disaster kit today. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more informative content on disaster preparedness. Stay safe and stay prepared.